These higher level FC26 striker builds are absolutely broken. If you want a striker who can bang goals for fun, someone who is constantly outpacing defenders, consistently gets a 10 in the match ratings, and is also an absolute monster in the air, and this is the right striker for you. I'm going to show you two insane builds to use, one of them being level 25 and the other one being around level 40ish. Obviously these builds are for players above level 25 or upwards, but even if you are below that, I recommend following along and just sacrificing a few points, because the way these builds are set up is just broken. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more FC26 on this channel. No more waffling, no more BS. Let's get right into this. So whether you're in Rush, whether you're doing League, whatever, this is how you're going to want to set up. We'll start with the level 25. So we'll start with the attributes. As you can see on the surface of it, I've ignored quite a few of the dead stats and just focused on the ones that really matter for a striker, for an unstoppable striker. So you see here we got a fair few points in finishing there, enough to get it up to 87. And also just below that you got the shot power, which I've put a couple in as well. And more stats to focus on this page, well, whatever level you are. Composure is very overpowered, very important this year. This is going to help your pro basically not choke a shot or a pass under stressful situations, you know, like where they just absolutely keep it. Well, this won't happen with high composure. And for the level 25 as well, for the acceleration sprint speed, you're going to want to have it at least above 83. But yeah, I've got it at 84. Jump in his strength for just a couple points if you can get him in there. Try and build that up as you go. Stamina, of course, you need above 80, especially if you're playing in league games, because you're just going to get gassed out otherwise. Rush is not so much an issue. And you also got skill moves here and weak foot, both 4-star for this 25 build, level 25 build. However, on the playstyles, just really select what you can here, to be honest. If you've got anything unlocked or you've bought anything, throw them on. We're obviously using the finisher archetype, so it's already going to come with low driven shot, which is the best in the game, and the first touch as well, which is also really overpowered in certain situations. So whatever you got, throw them on the playstyles, the extra ones, can't go wrong. And then for his height and weight, you're going to want to go for 5'11", 6 foot or 5'10", and then you want to keep it under 179 pounds. So I've gone for 171, but I wouldn't go below 165 either, or he's going to be extremely weak. So you're going to want to keep it around that 170 mark. And this build would actually work with Target as well, the one inspired by Zlatan. I just prefer finisher out of the two, but I know for a fact that Target is really good as well. And that's going to give you those headed boosts and things like that. But I'll tell you what, this level 25 build, me and my boy Farhad have just been smashing people up left and right. He's got a similar build as well, and we've just been going in on anybody we've been coming up against, whether it's Rush or League, doesn't matter. And the game's obviously early door still, as it's in early access, so when the game actually does come out and people have bought it again, and they're all back at level 1, you're going to be an absolute tank. Especially if you're still in Div 5, Div 4. This build's going to have you running past defenders like they ain't even there, mate. And even if they do get in your way, you're just going to tackle them, out-muscle them. You're going to intercept their passes to their teammate, and you're going to break on the counter and score every single time. If you're around level 25, level 20, make sure you're using a build that's built up like my one here, because it is disgustingly overpowered. Don't mess about with no other builds. A lot of it's shite on YouTube. This is a proper build. But if you're like me and you're a higher level, maybe a level 40, level 45, then this is the other build you're going to want to follow. Now this build, silly to play against. This is having boys smash their controllers against the wall. Make sure you got your PlayStation messages turned off, otherwise you're going to be getting some funny messages. So still sticking with finisher. You can also go Target or Magician, whatever the one's called. You could do all three, it doesn't really matter too much, but finisher's the one, go for finisher. Now over on the attributes, this is where it gets good. So for the finishing, you're going to want to have it 89. You'll be able to get it around there if you're level 40. At least 88 you're going to want here. The shot power as well doesn't matter too much in this game. Just keep that around 82, 81, whatever. Reactions, which is obviously a standout attribute for this archetype. You're going to want to have that around the 80s and keep building that up as you climb up the rank. Also a lot in ball control and dribbling here. 86 ball control, 84 dribbling. You're going to want to get these points up in these later levels because dribbling is always important in FIFA games. Somewhere you're going to want to put points as well. Composure again, it's back, 84 again. Keep that up. Volleys, just completely ignore that. That's shit. Don't bother with volleys. Acceleration, sprint speeds, this guy's fast. 88, 87, 88 for the acceleration, 87 for the sprint speed. Jumping in strengths had a huge buff here. 85 and 83 for both those. The stamina has remained at 83. Weak foot and skill points, skill moves as 4-star. But I would say when you get 41, 42, throw that onto the weak foot and get the 5 stars. Very much worth it. It's what I'm going to do next. And the rest of them don't matter too much at this point. I would just leave them as is. Focus on these ones I've mentioned. This is how the attributes line up. Now for play styles, if you can, copy it exactly how I have here. You're going to want precision header. Obviously, you got your 2 here. You got your finisher ones that you get anyway. And the ones you're gonna want precision header, aerial fortress, quick step. And for this 4th one, you can throw on whatever you want really. I'm just gonna throw on chip shot for now. Precision header in this game, like I think it was FIFA 23 or whatever, was insane. Putting balls into the box and head it in, you win the header every single time, score every time. It is insane, especially if you've got a build that's 5'11 plus. You're going to beat most defenders in the air, you're going to beat most other pros in the air. Most people are focusing on those little builds that used to work. They're still good, obviously, but EA have made it now so that any build can be extremely overpowered if put together properly, and this is one of them. Now, for his height and weight, it's a little different compared to the level 25 build. 6'1" to win all those headers, guaranteed. And then you also got 165 pounds, right on that minimum of where you'd want it before he starts going a bit too weak. You can see there he's got 85 strength. Alongside that, 88 acceleration, the 87 sprint speed, and 85 jump. This guy's an absolute tank. And the build, where it's at now, unstoppable. It's like 5 times the player compared to the level 25 one. Because as you start going into those higher levels, they obviously give you more of the AP points. You get like 50 per level. It's a lot more you can work with each level. But yeah, this guy's just going to score you goals for fun. He's also going to surprisingly be really good at assisting and putting in balls, even though I got no points there for some reason. Mine's just insane at crosses as well. Plenty of assists for my boy. The finisher archetype states this card possesses a killer instinct in front of the goal, a beast when one-on-one with the keeper. That's absolutely true. This guy is insane. Genuinely, he's probably the best pro I've ever used in a FIFA game, and he's only level 41. I can only imagine what it could be like at 50, which I will update the video, of course. Obviously, then you're getting access to the specialization of things as well. In the finisher, I think it's chip shot plus or something like that. But you know, if you're in the other ones, presser and hunter, these also look insane. It's massive. When you get level 50, this card's going to be just too OP. Going to need nerfing. EA's going to have to nerf it. But that was the 2 builds you need to be following. Honestly, don't mess about with no other builds at the moment. It's still early doors. I would just copy this exactly as is. I got this personally off a friend of mine who's an absolute freak at the game. He knows all the builds and that. It's just that, yeah, he's an absolute weirdo. FIFA has been since he was tiny. He says this is the way, so this is the way. If you want to see more FC26 on this channel, then obviously, like I said, subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment, tell me how jank I am or whatever. That's all for this one. Make sure you get the build done. Get out there and get winning games, because you're going to reach Div 1 in no time, mate. Just a quick tip as well before we go, to make this build way better to play with AI players. You go to the club part and do the customization with the AIs. Change your winger's feet to the other foot. So if it's a left winger, put him in as a left foot, swing him in without having to swap to his right. That's going to make a massive difference in how quickly they get the balls in the box, which is going to allow you to score a lot more headers. Massive tip that me and the boys have been using to get the high ranks for a couple of years now. I know many people know it. Yeah, get that done. Change their feet. Gonna make it a lot better for you.